Attention, everybody. I want you to meet the bride.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Reject Films. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Arrow video release of Island of Death. This film was released in 1976 and it's from the same director of The Zero Boys and Blind Date and stuff like that. The only one I'm familiar with is Zero Boys, which I haven't seen yet, but after watching this I kind of want to. And there's tons of features on here. If you guys can make that out. Has like a 4-part documentary of the director's other films, going through pretty much his whole directorial career and everything like that, which was pretty cool. And a couple of making of, like going back to the locations and everything. So yeah, tons of features on here. I watched like the part talking about all his other films and stuff. It was pretty interesting. And so yeah, this was one I was really wanting to check out for a while, after seeing the trailer to it, and picked it up on a Barnes & Noble Arrow video sale they had. It was like $15 shipped or something like that with the extra coupon I had. So I definitely had to pick it up for that price. And I gotta say, the first half hour or so of this movie, I really hated it. I didn't think it was good at all. But after it was all done and everything, something about it just, I don't know. I ended up really enjoying this film for one reason or another. I don't know if it was the way it was filmed or the characters or what, but it was something different, in a sense. So basically you got the two main characters here on the front, Christopher and Celia. You think they're this couple that's just going on this vacation, and I was under the impression that like bad things were going to happen to them, but it turns out these two are going around this small town, this Greek island, taking out what they feel are the bad people living there, the perverts and gay people and just people like that they don't think deserve to live and are bad for the community. So they think they're doing like a justice, taking these people out. And what happens is one of the two will get with the people that they're taking out, like sexually, and the other one will be taking photos. They're keeping track of everything they're doing. He's writing stuff down in a journal. Like I say, they're taking pictures of what's happening, while they're doing the killings and things like that. And yeah, it's kind of disturbing in a sense, but the way it's shot doesn't really give that vibe. You have a lot of low camera angles looking up, and vice versa. You got high camera angles looking down, and it's definitely got some cheese factor to it. This is one that was considered like a video nasty back in the day, which was the term that the British used to describe more grotesque or obscene horror flicks. And this was like on the banned list there for a while, for the UK, to like seize and everything like that, and went through a lot of different name changes. I know in the booklet here it's called what is it? Craving for Lust, and I think Her Naked Flesh, or what was it? Cruel Destination or something like that, or just a bunch of different name changes. They were trying to get it approved for distribution and everything like that, but just finally went ahead and decided on Island of Death, I guess. And so yeah, say they travel to this Greek island, and they're housed by this woman, and they just start trying to find, what people they're going to do this to, and you get the gist that, they've done this before. There's a cop in England that's after him, and they find out through a phone call he makes to his mom. The Christopher character makes to his mom is being traced, and he tracks him down to this island. So with that, you get the sense that they've been doing this for a while. Yeah, there's parts in this movie where the Celia character kind of wants out of this life. She doesn't want to do this anymore, and Christopher convinces her to keep going, and he even says, let me just do this one, and I won't kill her or whatever. But things go wrong, and he ends up killing her. She's not too happy about it, and when they take out I'm trying not to give too many spoilers here, but they take out the last person, the person that housed him and everything. That's when the police on the island get gist of what's going on, and they chase after him, and they're just running and running, and they end up in this area where this sheep herder is towards the end of this film, and she realizes earlier on in the movie, you get a glimpse of a dream nightmare she's having, where he's taking advantage of her and ends up killing the Christopher character in her vision. And she tells him, that's the guy from my dream and all this, and he's like, oh, nothing's gonna happen. And it turns out that he ends up taking advantage of her and knocking him out and taking advantage of him as well. And she ends up kind of enjoying being with the sheep herder, and he takes the Christopher character and puts him in a like a section of lime that he's got lying around, I guess. I don't know why it was there, but of course lime mixed with water will melt your flesh and everything, and he's freaking out and yelling for her, and she's just like smiling, and it was really, really fucked up movie. After it was over and I thought about it for a little bit, it's more of a mind fuck movie than it is like straight on gore. A lot of the scenes you don't see what's actually happening. The blood is pretty minimal. The only thing is there's a lot of nudity in it. The Celia chick is nude for half the movie or more. So I mean, without that being in there, I don't think this would even be like maybe a PG-13 movie as far as like the gore and everything. But the nudity definitely amps that up to a strong R in some of the sexual scenes. But yeah, it was just a different kind of movie after I thought about it. I wasn't really going to do a review on this, but I definitely kind of want to recommend this one to you guys. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely do so if you're looking for something a little bit different. I mean, it's not like a great film by any means. You got the bad acting and the bad kills and everything. It's not a great movie by far, but there's just something about it that I thought I was really going to hate this movie after that first half hour, and I ended up really liking it, especially the way it ended. I know I described how it ended, but you have to see it visually to really understand what I'm saying. And it's just, I don't know. And then there's a twist at the end when you find out what their relationship really is between the two of them, where it's like, what the fuck? It just kind of throws you off and makes it even more disturbing. You even have, like, towards the beginning of the movie, well, about that half hour, 40-minute point, whatever, I'm not exactly sure when it was, but you have a small scene of bestiality with the Christopher character and an animal, which was, I'm not a fan of that stuff at all, but it just shows you kind of like their mind state. It's kind of like they kind of have the mind state of like Christian Bale in American Psycho, where everything's fine and you just go out and kill these people, and next day you're just, like nothing happened. It's just, it kind of gave me that vibe, like, they don't even care about what they're doing. It doesn't even bother them. And I'd say you do have that little side plot with the investigator, whatever, from England, coming over to try to track them down. And of course that doesn't go too well for the cop there. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on this movie. Like I say, I wasn't really planning on doing a review on it, but it's definitely different than a lot of other films I've seen, and this is in like a 4:3 aspect ratio as well, where you have like the black bars on the left and right of the screen, so it wasn't filmed to be presented on a big screen, or a theatrical release. It was like shot on video. I mean, I could be wrong with that, but that's the way it seems to me, that it was never intended for worldwide theatrical release or anything. It's definitely a straight to video B movie. But yeah, so now I like I said, I definitely want to check out the Zero Boys, and it showed some clips of that. It looks like a pretty fun movie, and we do have, of course, with Arrow releases, I believe this is the original artwork there, and that image there is the sheep herder. And I kept waiting for it to get to that guy, and it's not even till the end of the movie. I mean, I remember seeing that face in the trailer and everything, and like, where's this guy at? Like I say, I thought these two were going to be the ones where things happened to them. But yeah, so that's my review, guys, on Island of Death from Arrow Video. Like I say, definitely check it out if you're looking for something different and you want to watch something with a lot of TNA, because it's definitely in there. And yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this movie if you've seen it. And say, I'm probably in the minority of people that like this. I see this up for sale a lot in Facebook groups, so I think a lot of people don't like this movie, but like I say, there's something about it that just made me appreciate it, and just kind of made you think about what kind of mind state these kind of people would have to be in. And it would have been nice to have like some backstory on the two to see why they are the way they are. But it is what it is. It's a B horror flick from the 70s. Alright, so that's going to do it for this review, guys. Like I say, let me know what you guys think of this movie, and if there's any other movies you would like me to review that I'm not planning on. I'm still going down the Vestron line. I will have one up for Waxwork 1 and 2. We actually ended up doing that with the Horror Movie Project podcast, so I will have that up as soon as I can. It might be up before this, I'm not really sure. And that's going to do it, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.